Wow, people did not have a good reaction to Mario Strikers Battle League. I've seen so much hate for this game. If I look at it on YouTube, everyone is complaining about the problems it has, and I feel like this is the worst it's been surrounding the games where Nintendo release them before they're ready and update them later, because Nintendo Switch Sports, people were unhappy with that, not having all the content in, but I feel like people were more satisfied with what they got than what we have for Mario Strikers, because I see so many videos of people talking about how the character roster is so small and it's even downgraded from the previous games, and how there's barely any pitches in the game. Also, no single player story type of game inside of it. The main focus was just online play, and I've also seen people not even happy with the online play, which is like the main thing. So this game just seems to have not done very well at all. I feel like people are just getting really fed up with Nintendo now, releasing these games with not enough content in to keep them satisfied. I've played the game for a bit and I enjoy the gameplay and stuff, but yeah, there is a lack of content. There's only 5 pitches to play on and 10 characters you can choose from, even though 8 of them are on the pitch at once, so there's really not that much variety each time you play a match. There is the cool feature of having gear in the game, which I like, because you can customize your characters a bit more, but it is clear that Nintendo have made a mistake, I feel like, because there is just so much negativity surrounding this game's release. And so I'm going to talk about what I think they need to add in a DLC update, because they mentioned that they are going to be doing DLC for this game as a free update to add in more content, and they specifically mentioned characters, because that's one of the big complaints people had before the game released, just seeing that there are only 10 characters in the trailer. And if you enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. But yeah, let's go over what Nintendo need to add in the DLC to try and make up for the lack of content that was in the release. So firstly, the main complaint so many people have, and I made videos about this, was there's only 10 characters in the game. Previous entries had more characters, and if you look at some other Mario games, there's so many more characters with a lot of variety in the character roster. Look at Mario Super Sluggers, that character roster was insane, and that was on the Nintendo Wii from years ago. So I feel like they should have done better than 10 characters on the Nintendo Switch game. It's especially weird that there are some really prominent Nintendo characters missing in this, so for the DLC they need to add in characters like Daisy, Shy Guy, Boo, Birdo, maybe Toadette, and Diddy Kong, and then there's some other characters that would also make a cool addition that aren't in the usual roster, like P.T. Piranha, Toadsworth, Wiggler, Kamek. Just any cool, unique characters would be nice to see in this game, as it's a very basic roster at the moment. I find it really weird that Daisy's not in the game. I'd also love to see Pauline, because she's been featured in some of the sports games recently, and she's missing from this one. Now, moving on from characters, the pitches are the other issue of the game, because there's only 5 different pitches you can play on, and each pitch has their own theme, which is cool, but there definitely needs to be more to make all the matches feel different from one another, so you don't get bored of playing on the same pitch every game. So yeah, in their free update, they need to add more stadiums for you to play on. So some themes I'd want to see is maybe a desert one, so the pitch is all sandy, or even better, I'd love to see it be beach themed. You're playing on the sand, and in the background maybe you can see like palm trees and the ocean. That would be really cool to see, as it's different from the other ones. And then they could do one in the sky, which is like World 7 from the New Super Mario Bros. Games, so it can be like cloud themed. And another theme from New Super Mario Bros. Could be the rocky one, so you're up in the cliffs, and people could be like sitting on stone benches on each cliff instead of like in a football stadium, so the place looks more natural. And a crazy theme could be like Rainbow Road, so everything just looks bright and colourful, and it would be all chaotic, and you'd literally be in space, so it would be a dark night sky, and that'd be a fun reference to Mario Kart, so I think a lot of people would like that. Just adding in a few more stadiums to play on would just make the game feel more fresh when you play it, because if you just keep playing on the same stadium over and over again, each match won't feel different in the end, and you'll just kind of get bored and burnt out of it. So Nintendo do need to add in more stadiums to stop people just forgetting about this game so soon, as that has been an issue for Nintendo Switch Sports, where people have just stopped talking about it and it's kind of dying out already, which is really sad to see. So yeah, they do need to do something to keep people excited to play Mario Strikers. But now on to the main thing that I'd really want them to add into the game, and that is a big single player adventure mode, because I really loved the one on Mario Tennis Aces. There were actual proper boss battles and lots of fun different minigame modes themed around tennis, but they would like change up the gameplay to make it more interesting. So they'd have you doing different challenges in each level, and there were loads of different tennis courts to play on. So I really wish they had a single player mode in Mario Strikers where there could be like one big boss you have to defeat with a football, and it could like train you to use all the different moves in the game, because there's lots of stuff like dodging and different types of passes, so they could add in little challenges like that. And Mario Golf also had a story mode which contained bosses, so it feels like there's even less content in this game compared to the other ones, because there's just not even a proper single player mode. You can just do quick battles, which I just don't find very fun, because there's absolutely no reward you get really. Most of the fun on this game is just from playing online, but I can't always do that, especially like if I'm traveling somewhere and I want to bring my Switch with me. If this had a single player mode, then I'd be more happy to play Mario Strikers offline, and they could do some crazy boss battles with it and different challenges. Maybe you have to like dribble a ball pull through certain places to actually get to the goal, and there's just so much they could do with this, and it could be on the same level as Mario Tennis Aces one. I didn't like Mario Golf's story mode as much because the golf games just felt a bit long at some times, but it did have some cool boss battles, and that's my favourite part of single player mode, so I'd really want to see some cool boss fights in this game, and they could even introduce new characters to it. So yeah, that's what I want to see in a DLC for this game, and I feel like it would help the game get more popularity, so there's even more people playing it online and more people talking about it, so the game doesn't die out so soon. As it's kind of a shame how these games that get free updates later die out even before the updates can actually come out, because people just forget about the game eventually and don't want to go back and play it. But I hope you enjoyed my video on this, and let me know in the comments what DLC you would want to see and like what characters you want. And if you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.